how might this debt issuance impact EU financial markets and member economies, because European economies are getting slowdown, symptoms are there. Their finance ministers are also saying that, but 90 billion euros budget for Ukraine. What is the policy behind? What do you think, sir?
Thank you for that question. But the situation is this 90 billion euros is just a lifeline, a something to keep them afloat, to keep the country afloat for another year. Is not enough to provide Ukraine with the energy and the resources to put up a offensive attack, and definitely not enough funds to provide them with a victory. So right now, this is survival mode. Basically, going to survive. However, at the same time, Ukraine is the breadbasket of Europe, and they have traditionally been the land where we get the grain and the wheat and all the necessary things to survive. If this conflict continues, Russia will push and persist inch by inch, restricting the access, restricting the resources to the point where the people will just say, hey, I had enough. I want to go on and live another day, concede the land. And at the same time, the European people is going to say the same thing. We cannot absorb this. It's create a hardship for everyone, not just Ukraine, but also the EU. They have this pull this money from somewhere. The money is coming from the resources of these countries. Right now is not a good look for their economic situation because of war. War restricts and costs, and it draws funds from other resources that we need day to day. When these funds are drawn to a what we call a no-win situation, people get frustrated and people will act out. So we have a situation where we now have the Ukrainian people now looking for relief, and we have European people looking for resources so they can sustain themselves, and they see no results. All we see is the same stalemate. Nothing happens. But Russia is still pushing and continue to stay and put their pressure on the head of Ukraine, constantly not giving them chance to breathe. So that is the situation. The pressures continue, the wars continue, but the people are getting frustrated on both sides,
All
and
right,
they
sir.
will
All
act
right,
out.
sir. I have received one question from one of the very popular television anchor of Bangladesh, Nakshi Tabassum. She is well known to everyone. She said, first of all, I would like to thank SATV, the honorable host and guest, to create this incredible platform where we enthusiastic people can contribute and participate. And now my question is, how should Ukraine balance territorial sovereignty with the urgency uh, of ending the war? Already Norman said that. Would you mind, Norman, to repeat your prescription you have given for Ukrainian to end the question and to meet the question of Nakshi Tabassum?
Yes, the Ukrainian situation is one where the people, the troops and the military are getting very frustrated. They're not getting resources, they don't have enough food, and the weather's kicking in. The European Union, also including the people, will have to provide resources. That means it takes away from that quality of life and the things they need. No one is basically have excess resources. Everybody need every bit of funds they have. War is a situation where it draws from the surrounding area. It will draw resources, time, efforts. The military has to focus on protecting their Europe, protecting their interests on invasion because it could be a flanking situation where you jump from Ukraine into other parts of Europe, and now we have a situation. The funding is drawing from the resources. So people gonna have to learn to live with less as this conflict goes on. it's a European issue now. It's not a Ukrainian Russia issue. It's a European issue. Russia needs their money. They have frozen assets. They need troops, they need resources, and the EU has to have their resources to defend and protect and also live another day. Ukraine has a situation where they are fighting for their own survival, their existence. There's no conversation about defeating Russia, winning the war. It's just survive and live another day, and hopefully the Russians will get tired and frustrated and go home. That's not going to happen. That's the mindset. And the same point is that Ukraine has to have the strength and the people to realize and be confident that they can sustain themselves and not give up. So it's a very situation. It's a fight and a war of wills. Who has the constitution to stand still and maintain their position? Basically, the first one blinks, lose.
Would you mind to respond, Ali Ahmed, at this stage, at this situation, for this information?
Yes, I must say I'm not familiar or aware of the president's assets being frozen. Right now, he's the president, and he's the CEO of the United States. He controls the budget. So I don't know what assets, his
That
personal
is what
assets. I have no idea the
yes, he
information.
wanted to say, he said that, but the court said nothing doing.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Right.
Please.
Yes, yes. So his personal issues is dealt with his family, and they're working to try to get new deals. So I assume they're trying to get resources necessary to deal with what you basically saying. But in terms
I'll clarify a little.
of his position, I don't know. I don't think there's a mixture or an issue with that because right now he's a sitting president and he has to focus on that. And his personal life, as we know, is very conflicting, and that is what it is.